Everywhere you go these days, someone is saying mutual funds sahi hai. Even my Panwale Bhaiya gives me investment advice now while handing over a 10 rupee chewing. And honestly, they are right. Mutual fund sahi hai. But when you sit down to choose your first mutual fund, suddenly the sahi part doesn't feel that. There are 1500 plus mutual fund schemes in India. Equity, debt, hybrid, index, flexi cap, small cap. It's like walking into a restaurant with 500 dishes and you are just hungry for clarity. So let's decode this jungle together step by step, like I would do if I were to buy my first mutual fund. First is begin with your goal. Imagine you are planning a trip. Before you buy tickets, you decide where you want to go. What is your destination? Investing is safe. It's like your goal is the destination, your mutual fund is the vehicle. Ask yourself one powerful question: what am I investing for? And when will I need this money? If your goal is 1 to 3 years away, like buying a car, funding a vacation, or saving for home down payment, it's a short term goal. For such goals, the focus is not on high returns, it's on capital protection. Go for safer options like debt fund, liquid fund, or arbitrage fund. They are like better version of savings account, giving you 5 to 6% returns with minimal drama. For example, let's say you want to save 8 lakh rupees in 2 years for your car purchase. If you invest 30,000 rupees per month in a liquid fund at approximately 6% return, you will get 7.6 lakh rupees, which is close enough to your goal. But the important thing is you slept peacefully every night. But if your goal is more than 5 years away, if your goal is like retirement, your kids' college, or the marriage of your kid, then it's a long term goal. Here, volatility is your co-passenger, and equity is like your engine. Funds like index fund, flexi cap fund, small cap fund are your best allies. They may wobble in short term, but reward you big time over 10 to 20 years. Next is know your risk profile. Now comes the personality test. Are you a thrill seeker or a peace? First is conservative investors. Conservative investors are like safe drivers. They want smooth journey and fewer surprises. For them, index fund, debt fund, these are perfect choices. They are dependable sedans of investing, not flashy but reliable. For example, a Nifty 50 index mirrors India's top companies. Over the long term, they have historically given 12 to 14% annual return. Nothing crazy but consistent. Aggressive investors, on the other hand, are like my friend Raj, who adds chili in everything. They are okay with short-term pain for long-term gain. For them, mix of small cap and flexi cap works beautifully. But remember, small caps can be wild. One year they are up 40%, next year they are down 20%. So if you are choosing this path, buckle up. If you are, it's not for faint heart. One pro tip: say start conservative, grow aggressive as financial literacy grows. Next is match your goal with the risk to get the right fund. So here we connect the dots. Here's the simplest metrics you'll ever need. You can select investment type based on your goal. You can take a screenshot of it and keep it for your reference. Next come the filters you can apply to make your selection foolproof. Now that you know what to buy, let's talk about how to pick the right one inside that category. Think of these as smart filters. First is expense ratio. The lower, the better. It's annual fees that fund house charges you, and trust me, even 1% difference can cost you lakhs in the long run. Like you can see in this example, 1 lakh invested for 20 years at the rate of 12% with a 1% expense ratio would amount to 8.06 lakh after 20 years. Whereas if the expense ratio is 2%, this amount drops to 6.72 lakh, which is 1.3 lakh gone straight into someone else's pocket. Next is 5 year performance stability. Don't chase superhero returns, look for consistency. 5 year performers who deliver steadily, not one hit wonder. Next is fund manager's experience. Would you board a plane flown by a trainee pilot? No, right? Check for manager's experience. It should be 8 plus year of track record. Good track. Next is mode of payment. Always start with SIPs. Always start with SIPs. They average out market volatility and build discipline because consistency is more important than than timing. Now let's take some real life examples. There are three people: Rohan, who is 28 years old, who is saving for uh, car in 2 years. Short term or liquid fund, short term funds such as liquid or arbitrage fund would be perfect choice for him. Then there is Priya, who is 30 years old, and she is going to retire in next 25 years, and she is saving for her retirement. And so, but the risk she wants to take is moderate. So flexi cap and small cap combo is the good choice for her. Then there is Rajesh, who is 40 years old. He is conservative, wants stability. So index fund plus debt fund combination is the most useful combination for him. So different goals, different roads, same destination, wealth, peace of mind, and freedom. Now let's discuss some of the common mistakes people make while choosing their mutual funds. First is chasing last year's top. That's like picking your cricket team based on who hit sixes last season. Second is ignoring expense ratios. As we have seen earlier, expense ratio is a silent killer, and ignoring it can be very lethal in long term. Third is investing lump sum in equity funds. SIP is the best mode of investment for long term wealth generation. So, investing in lump sum is kind of trying to time the market, which is very difficult to do. So, it's better to do SIP than lump sum. Not linking investments to goals. Don't put tuition money in small caps. If you need something which is in 1 or 2 years, people put it in equity, which is not advisable at all. Fifth and the biggest mistake is stopping your SIPs during crash. That's like skipping the gym right before summer. The results vanish. It's like something goes on sale and you don't purchase. So it's the best time to invest, and people generally stop their SIPs during crash. So in fact, downturn are your best friends. That's when you are buying quality funds at a discount. So you should not skip SIPs in crash. So if you are buying your first mutual fund today, I'd start by defining my goal, understanding my risk, pick one simple fund, and then stick with it for long haul. Because the secret to wealth isn't timing the market, it's timing the market. If this video helped simplify mutual fund selection, hit the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Mind Rupee, where we make finance feel simple, not scary. See you next week in another episode that makes your money smarter.